What's up, y'all? Two-man weave today. Hope to have some chemistry like Dejounte and Eve did today. I'm Jeremy. I'm here with Mason as he's preparing for the World Series. So he has his batting helmet on. What's up, Mace?
It's not why I'm protecting myself.
Oh
No one,
God!
no one is safe.
No one.
Dejounte Murray is a Pelican for one real game, and he goes down. I'm protecting myself right now.
Protecting.
Baseball hasn't crossed my mind, but thank you for that reminder.
No problem. I'm gonna get a leather helmet. So we're gonna do a game recap. For the first game, it was a win, hence the shirt in the background. We're gonna give it like a 3-star format. I'm gonna bring up the three guys and me and Mitch to talk about it. First off, Pelicans win 123-111. BI with 33 and 7, CJ with 23 on 11 threes, and all around game from Dejounte. Any initial thoughts you want to talk about the game as a whole?
I mean, it was fun for the most part. We can let's get into it with your format. I think we got a lot of good stuff to talk about.
Also, Zion get healthy so we can get you for the Portland game because we need bodies.
Yeah.
Anyway, the first star I'm going to talk about is the reason why we need more bodies. But Dejounte Murray, 14, 8, and 10 led the team in rebounds and assists. 10 assists, 1 turnover. And everything that we talked about in the preseason and the offseason, that's basically what brought us. He was the pure point guard to set the offense. Your thoughts on it, Mason, on his game?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's fun to see a guard be able to impact the game without making threes. I feel like that's not something we've had a lot of. And Dejounte's going to make threes, right? Like his 3-point rate with the Hawks was high. He went over 3 yet today, or last night, but that didn't stop him from being everything the Pelicans needed from a lead guard. So get well soon, man.
Get well soon.
And it took us one game to get back to the Pelicans of old.
Yeah, since we're saying get well soon, let's just go ahead and talk about it. After his great game, where he just really attacked and was aggressive in the second half and had chemistry with Eve, with Missi, we get the tweet from Shams. Expected fractured left hand. Will put a video, said it may have been when he was defending Giddey. Pell's film room also put a tweet where he landed after he got 3 free throws on the 3-point attempt, and he was wincing and he wouldn't get assistance with his left hand. And the diagnosis is 48 weeks with our sports doctors on Twitter. So yeah, like you said, Pelican one day, and he was dealing with personal issues before the game. He had put a prayers up emoji on Instagram when he went back home to see what's going on. It's just one hell of a week for the homie, man. Just get well soon.
Yeah, that's tough. And Christian Clark put out the fact that he's played 70 plus games his last 2 years, and so like it's not like this is a guy who's been hurt consistently.
No, and this is a fluke thing, man. There's nothing, you can't prepare all summer for this. And I got someone saying, AK-41 has a broken hand, and talk to his doctor, and this is different. This is different.
It's like that It's like that time Drew Holiday got his that eye injury. Like it's that kind of fluky stuff. And anyway. Hopefully it doesn't come in waves, and this is just a one fluke situation, and the Pelicans can get some better injury luck moving forward, because I feel like they've already had too much.
Yeah, Trey said he just started jogging from his hamstring injury, so we hope it's all at the beginning of the year. Everyone gets better by things.
Yeah, I think. I
initially was saying, was just gonna say ease, but he had 4 stocks himself. But which one you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Daniel, or you want to talk about the Rook?
I mean, so it's a really good segue because I think now given the Murray injury, we're effectively back to last year's Pels, right? Like that's the big thing. But we're back to last year's Pels with a different situation at center. And I think before last night, we were worried about that. And not to say we're not. Like I think it's fair to be worried with the Pelicans center position. But damn, do we have something that might be a lot better than we expected in Yves Missi this year? Like that. I mean, no, like Tice was great. Like I think that he felt his role really well. I think Vooch is a good matchup for him. So I think and I think honestly Ayton might be a decent matchup for him too.
I was just gonna say,
but Missi's was a real shocker here as far as the potential ability to contribute in year one. A guy who has really just grown so much in the with the sport in the last 12 months, as Willie Green said in the post-game presser.
Absolutely. His screening really impressed me. And I know it's just Dejounte, but it was a couple of times with handoffs with CJ and BI as well. His patience with his screening, his way he could different angles, the way that he doesn't rush, he doesn't move, he doesn't get too wide, so he gets the chicken wing screen called against him. Granted, Chicago doesn't have the best screen navigators on their team, but even in the Miami game, he was setting solid screens and he didn't commit fouls on defense.
Yeah.
He was able to pressure the rim on offense and protect the rim on defense. And though we don't have the scoring that JV gives us, the rim protection and allowing this team to do what they want to do best and get in transition is a big pick me up from the 5 spot.
Yeah. I mean, I think, look, Missi's going to get in foul trouble this year. It's going to happen.
He's a rookie.
I don't think the Bulls expected him to play the role he did, and when teams will game plan to say like Ayton's gonna try to eat his lunch on Friday, tomorrow night, and on Sunday, and get him in foul trouble.
Can you eat someone's lunch from 14 feet all the time? Like, are you eating a lunch, or are you just like having a tea at 4:00? Like,
all right, fair enough. But yeah, look, I almost wonder with someone like Missi, like when you're growing up, you're learning how to play hoops. You learn all the fundamental stuff when you're a kid, and as you get older, maybe some of that stuff starts to fall by the wayside as far as what you care about, what matters. Yep. And with Missi, it's almost like you had to learn everything at once, and so maybe all the fundamental type stuff is still like kind of fresh in his mind and allows him to kind of play the right way, like some of the things you said around his screening. So I'm always curious about that with players who started playing basketball later in life than other folks. Yeah. And so, but again, it's kind of, I don't know if Jackson Hayes like Jackson Hayes played hoops. He just didn't play hoops as his full commitment until high school. So I think Missi's a little different.
So we had the obvious comparison from the last guy who we took on a gamble. When he was drafted and everyone made that comparison, I was like, his athletic traits, you take that at 21st overall. You have to take the gamble because you may have games like this. Mm-hmm. And all we were told in the offseason was that he is receptive to coaching, that he's professional, that he is a willing learner. He isn't trying to get highlights. And within that, he got some highlights, goddamn it. Like, goddamn, it was a fun experience.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing more of him.
Yep, and 3 stars goes to the man in the hour, the guy we've been trying to trade since July. Brandon Ingram, man, he was cooking. It started off slow. The homie Schmidt put it out. He had 13 points on 14 possessions, but he ended with 33 points on 25 shooting possessions, 20 points on 11 shooting possessions in the second half. He did what he wanted. He followed the instructions of Borrega. He talked about it personally, and I don't know if he took it personally after Levine went off in the second quarter, but man, oh man, he's decided to come back with a vengeance.
Yep. Yeah. I was happy with how he first quarter. I texted you guys. I was like, same old BI.
Yeah.
And then things changed, and like that, he had a truly excellent game on the offensive end. And I do like how, like, one of the things that's been top of mind for me with the Pelicans as a whole is obviously this need to gang rebound, right? Because of the center.
Yes.
And if Missi plays more, that's going to become more true, not less, right? Because he's not the biggest frame at this point. So
and he doesn't know how to box out. He's going to still be part of using athleticism to get rebounds.
Yeah, so BI came up with 7 boards as well, and so I mean, like, look, some of those are uncontested, right? But at the same time, like having the mentality on both ends, not just on the offensive side, but be able to do what the team needs to do to win games beyond just score the basketball.
Yeah,
his second half was incredible, and very happy with the first game from him.
Yeah, not just 7 boards, 3 stocks. He had a emphatic block on, I believe, in the first half. And like you couldn't ask for any more. Schmidt in the press conference asked both Willie and BI about the posting up he did. I went back and watched the game, watched some highlights, and he had 6 post ups. He went 5 or 6. The first one was a fadeaway in the first quarter with Kobe White, but then he got strong in the second half. 5 for 5. Got one in on Giddey, got one in on Levine, got the fadeaway to end the game. Like, have it your way. That's what he told him. And the 5 threes, 3 pull-ups, 1 off a handoff and 1 off a screen, off a catch and shoot, off a curl. Like, he got all the in my bag BI out the way in the first quarter and just became a madman.
Yep. Yeah. Fun. Definitely fun game. Special shout out to the Bulls for playing Josh Giddey so much.
Yes. The Bulls were great. Great job, crowd. Great job, opening night crowd, letting them know that we're not having it. We don't want you around here. Appreciate y'all.
That just in case anyone was wondering, through one basketball game, the Josh Giddey plus minus dumpster fire from the Oklahoma City Thunder has persisted in Chicago. So I do wonder how much the Bulls would have fared if they replaced some of his minutes, and I think he's more of a fit with his style. Like, I would put him more with the second unit and get other guys in the starting lineup. But at least for the first game, thank you, Bulls.
First game, I don't know what they offered you, Josh. I would have taken it. I don't know if it's going to get any better. A couple other things we were talking about. Just a couple of stats. The Pelicans ended with a 115 offensive rating, according to Cleaning the Glass, and defensive rate of 103.7. They were 105.8 in the half court, which we weren't a great half court offense last year, and we're not going to have the point guard to set us up. But hey, it was good for one game. Like we said, they live off of transition. They spent a quarter of the game, according to Cleaning the Glass, 24.3% of the game in transition, and 30 points off turnovers. And the last thing, 37 threes. It was a 38.1 3-point rate for the team, led by CJ, like we talked about again. Don't want El Presidente to be left out. He had 11 threes, got 23 points off of them. And he had a 120 offensive rating when he was on the court. Anyone else you want to shout out?
I mean, the commitment to the 3-point line is big. I mean, 7 guys took at least 3 3-pointers, which I don't know how many times you could have said that about this team last year.
Nope.
Not enough guys were willing, much less good at it. And so that was definitely nice to see. And yeah, I mean, I kind of scanned through the box score. I mean, Hawk continued what he was doing in the preseason. I think that's notable.
And had a fantastic block just that we had to be reviewed, which was clean immediately. Like, what are we talking about?
It wasn't close. It wasn't
close. And he got up and he just took it off. I don't think we hit the glass. Like, what? Okay, anyway.
But there was one a few minutes later that I thought may have hit the glass first that they probably didn't whistle because they didn't want to blow a whistle after the last one.
I think Missi got a goaltend.
Yeah.
I think Missi goaltended one. But it's all tomato. I want to give a special shout out to Javonte Green.
Yeah.
If Najee's the knife, I'm calling Javonte the dagger. I'm coining that right now.
Like it.
He was a menace on the court. He was just everything we loved from Najee. We said it was happening in the off season, and he put it on the court.
I think if he's still on the Bulls and he starts for Giddey, this is a closer game.
Yep. Yeah. He just does winning things, man. He just does things to bring everything together. If Zion doesn't play in the Portland game, who do you think takes Dejounte's spot in the starting line?
I personally would throw Hawk in there. I think. Well, actually, hold on. No, that's a good question. I'm thinking that I think you've got to start Tice because I want Missi to play as much as he did last night, if not more. But I don't really want to throw him at DeAndre Ayton in a second NBA game. I don't think that's the right thing
You
to
are
do.
really worried about DeAndre. You have more.
No, I'm not.
You're
I
worried
guess
about
if I'm
experience?
them, if I'm them, I will let DeAndre Ayton go to work against either big. I'm not worried about him. I'm happy to let them play through him. I think maybe that's good to bait him into that. But yeah, I don't know who I'd start. I feel like maybe Green could be an option. I mean, he could be a guy you throw in there in the starting lineup as someone who gives you some versatility. But yeah, that might be the most logical thing to do because I'm not worried about Portland's size other than So that's the thing. You can get creative on the lineup and who your 4 is next, assuming they're going to start Tice. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I would throw in Green in there to start and give at least the defensive mindset that Willie wants with both Dejounte and Herb on the court in the starting lineup. I would go with Javonte Green, try to cause havoc and get back on the break like we did against Chicago.
But you might need both, right? Because now Dejounte's out too. So is it Hawk? Is it Alvarado? I feel
I would go with Tice. If no Zion, Tice, Bi, CJ, Herb, and Javonte Green. That would be my starting 5.
Yep. All right. Okay. I see. Yep. I could.
That way, you're still not really small on the perimeter. You're not, there's really no one you can bully. And CJ will be getting his own on the other end if they try. And again, someone who cause havoc and get us out in transition and get some easy layups. On in offense.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you wanted to add, Mason?
No, man. I'm glad we made time to do this. Hopefully, I feel like good things are on the way. We've had a couple of months even though we won.
Yeah. Despite at the end of the game with Devontae, saying Javonte and Dejounte is going to get me all season, but despite the injury at the end, they still played well and they're still talented. We always said that they have talent. That's not the issue. The issue is if it comes together, and it came together well. Game 1, despite missing some people. If we don't come back Friday or Saturday for a Portland recap, we will recap the baseball series on Sunday. It'll be me, Mason, and a guest, and we're gonna leave you on a cliffhanger just like that. 1-0. It's great to put that retweet your team if you want to know thing on the Twitters, on the TikToks, however you want to do it. And we'll see y'all this weekend.
Peace.
All right.